Tonight on Denver 7 News at 10, coronavirus vaccines roll out from coast to coast. But those doses aren't being given out nearly fast enough.
We are not where we want to be, no doubt about that. But I think we can get there if we really accelerate.
Tonight we're taking a 360 look at the rollout as your questions continue to flood in.
What is the process? We're all going to be getting phone calls.
And a Fort Collins woman missing, her family and friends growing more desperate by the day.
I've really been praying a lot the last 24 hours or so.
Now an online effort to pick up clues looking for anything that might help bring her home.
We're starting the first full week of 2021 with a note of optimism. More than 15 million doses of coronavirus vaccine have been shipped out across the nation. States are pinning their hopes on a quick rollout to end this pandemic and will hopefully get things closer to normal. Good evening. Welcome to Denver 7 News at 10. I'm Shannon Ogden.
And I'm Ann Trujillo. We're so glad you are joining us tonight. The disconnect we're seeing right now is that millions of vaccine doses are sitting unused. Plus, many people who want the vaccine and think they're eligible for it are struggling to figure out how to sign up to receive it.
So tonight, let's take a 360 look, breaking down where we stand, what the roadblocks are, and how health leaders are trying to streamline the process. Colorado says more than 113,000 doses of the vaccine have been given to people in our state so far. That's out of 262,000 doses delivered to Colorado so far. This is according to Bloomberg. And that means, so far, just 43% of available shots went into arms.
All right, so you're asking, what's the holdup? Are doses really sitting on the shelf while many people badly want to get the shot? Speaking to CNN last week, Governor Jared Polis said at least some of the gap comes from a lag in reporting.
There is a lag factor in there. All of our partners, hospitals, providers, et cetera, have 3 days to enter the data from when they do the inoculation.
And Governor Polis says healthcare providers have 72 hours to use vaccine doses, or the state will take them back and send them to another provider.
Colorado is actually beating the national average. Of the more than 15 million doses delivered nationwide, just over 30% have been used. Now, the former commissioner of the FDA says that is not good enough. Scott Gottlieb headed the FDA between 2017 and 2019. In an opinion piece for the Wall Street Journal, he argues the nation needs to shift gears on the rollout. He says channeling more distribution through retailers like Walgreens, CVS, Walmart will speed things up significantly. He also says the vaccine should be offered to a wider age group right now to help pick up the pace.
And the last time we dealt with a global pandemic, well, it was more than 100 years ago, but we cannot afford to have missteps in our vaccine rollout when lives are at stake. Denver 7's Addie Guajardo continues our 360 reporting, looking at how other places are trying to streamline the process.
When it comes to rolling out coronavirus vaccines, South Dakota is leading the way. They vaccinated 3% of their population and used up 62% of their doses, compared to Colorado, which has vaccinated 2% of the population and used 43% of the doses, according to the New York Times. South Dakota Vera health officials praise their robust electronic medical records to contact people and proactive residents.
As soon as that vaccine comes in, we're getting it given to people, whereas you see national news, a lot of times they're saying it's sitting in freezers somewhere. That's not happening in our state.
We spoke with a local ABC reporter in South Dakota, revealing another key to vaccination success.
Just the collaboration between all of our healthcare systems here in the state, as well as the city and state governments. It's made it simple for everybody.
Now, to be clear, the population in South Dakota is smaller than Colorado. Each county in Colorado is currently working through its own system, and it's not clear yet how each one plans to notify people when they're eligible to get vaccinated. Boulder County Public Health is taking initiative. They rolled out a website to streamline the vaccination process as we prepare for the next year.
It's just a simple form.
Chana Gusetas helped develop the website that launched last Friday.
It has your name and your email, and then you select which group you believe you belong to.
Now, once your turn is up, you get an email and a list of locations to make an appointment for your shot.
This morning we had 15,000 people sign up.
Summit County is turning to an alert system that will notify community members of vaccination opportunities via phone, text, or email. You can sign up on the county website. The Denver Department of Public Health and Environment says they're in communication with eligible groups, but they're not ready to vaccinate the general public. The state health department says mass vaccination clinics are also in the works. Addie Guajardo, Denver 7.
And our inbox is flooded with questions about the vaccine. Now, we don't have a lot of answers right now on how Colorado plans to handle the next steps in the rollout. And tonight, Denver City Councilwoman Debbie Ortega urged state health leaders, hurry up, Give out that detailed plan.
This is my plea to the administration, asking them to make sure that we are part of the conversation so that we can be as informed and be able to inform our communities.
Denver health staff urging caution tonight. It says working with a limited supply of vaccine will reach out to people when shots are available. You can also try Colorado's vaccine hotline. Call the number on your screen between 9 and 10 on weekdays and 9 and 5 on weekends.
And here's a question we can answer. Katie works at a care home in Castle Pines. That puts her in Colorado's Group 1A and makes her a top priority for a vaccine. And she writes to us and says, I'm confused and discouraged as to why the state is moving on to 1B when those of us in the 1A group have yet to receive any information about when we will receive our vaccines. Well, state health staff say they are working to vaccinate everyone in Group 1A by January 15th. And while they finish up, there will be a little overlap, and some people from Group 1B will be offered the shot. So please keep those questions coming. We will work hard to get you answers. Email us 360@thedenverchannel.com.
And as for numbers, today our state reported just under 2,200 new cases, and that is way down from that last big spike in early December. The number of hospital beds in use tonight because of the virus stands at just over 1,000. That has been trending down for about a month now.
Today, several restaurants opened for indoor dining for the first time in weeks. With falling coronavirus case numbers, the state decided to ease back on some rules. Counties that were under level red restrictions moved to level orange, and that means restaurants can open with 25% capacity. Counties approved for the state's 5-star program can allow businesses to loosen the capacity rules even more, and that was a spark for some business owners.
Yesterday, I brought back 15 more people, and if we can get the bump from 25% to 50%, I can bring back the balance of the staff.
State health staff say 5-star certified businesses could be eligible for looser rules, but they do need to consult with local public health staff first.
Tonight, family and friends of a missing Fort Collins woman are struggling with so many questions.
Police say no one has heard from Christine Cummings in days. And now friends, family, and officers are searching. And as Denver7 CB Cotton reports, your help is needed to find a major clue.
For Christine Cummings, moving to Colorado was a dream fulfilled.
She loves the outdoors and the wilderness, and so she really was eager to move to Colorado and to Fort Collins in particular because of that.
Now Christine's eagerness is replaced by emptiness as friends and family wonder where the 32-year-old may be.
This is really out of character, so all of her friends and family have communicated extreme concern and worry, having not heard from her.
Family members hadn't heard from Christine in several days and contacted Fort Collins police on New Year's Day. Officers went to the home and both Christine and her car were gone. Police say Christine was last thought to be at the home on the 29th and that family members believe she may have gone hiking.
My gut reaction was to feel devastated or despair.
Melissa George has known Christine since 2005. They met back in school in Indiana, where Christine's family still lives.
From my interactions with her family, they're devastated and they want to do anything they can to help.
George has started an online spreadsheet with local trailheads for people to search, and Fort Collins police tell Denver7 the public can help by keeping a lookout for Christine's car, a 2015 black Jeep SUV.
Please share if you have any information. I've really been praying a lot the last 24 hours or so.
In Fort Collins, I'm CB Cotton, Denver7.
And police tell us that foul play is not suspected right now. They do add that Cummings visited Yellowstone and Rocky Mountain National Parks frequently. So if you have a tip, if you know anything, please call Fort Collins Police.
After concerns that local and minority-owned businesses are being cut out of a major contract at DIA, Denver City Council paused the deal. A plan from DIA would give a more than $180 million cleaning contract to a Texas-based company. Well, several local organizations like the Colorado Hispanic Chamber of Commerce raised concerns, saying that contract should stay in state. The airport asked for more time, and Denver City Council agreed.
Tomorrow, a runoff election in Georgia will decide whether Joe Biden starts his presidency with Democrats in control of the House and Senate. Democrats need to win both of these contested seats in Georgia to take control of the Senate. Republicans need just one to maintain control. And with so much at stake, both President-elect Biden and President Trump made visits to Georgia today. And the most recent polling showed both races in a dead heat.
Then on Wednesday, members of Congress are expected to certify the results for the presidential election. Of course, at least 2 Coloradans are not on board. 2 Republicans, Lauren Boebert and Doug Lamborn, say they plan to join a group pushing to invalidate the electoral votes for 6 states. They're calling for an emergency audit into the election and allegations of fraud.
Right now, I am one of 535 people who actually can have a say in the outcome of the presidential election. I do not like the way certain states behaved in their in this election.
Congressman Ken Buck says he plans to certify the election results, saying it's not Congress's place to disqualify electors based on its own finding that fraud occurred in the state's election.
Coming up, a push to prioritize teachers as Colorado ups its vaccination efforts.
It depends on who else is standing in line.
We're taking a 360 look at the debate on where teachers fit into our state's vaccine rollout.
And moving on to a new role, what the future holds for John Elway and the Broncos.
An approaching cold front means snow for the mountains and strong winds developing Tuesday for Denver and the Plains.